May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please, for a very important safety announcement. The health of our graduates, guests, and employees is paramount. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic and guidance from the Texas Education Agency, the Cypress-Fairbanks ISD Office of Emergency Management asks that while attending the graduation ceremony, you adhere to the following health guidelines. Use the markings throughout the stadium to maintain a minimum of 6 feet distance from other participants and guests. Do not congregate in groups. Keep physical contact to a minimum. Use the hand sanitizer or hand washing stations. Face coverings are recommended while entering, exiting, or moving within the facility. Harris County Fire Marshal requirements do not allow anyone to stand in or block any aisles during the ceremony. Family members and guests are not allowed to walk down to the bottom of the aisle to take pictures. All pictures must be taken from your seat. Today's ceremony is being broadcast on the district website at www.cfisd.net. In the event of an emergency, please make sure you have identified the nearest exit, which may be located behind you. At the conclusion of the ceremony, we ask all guests to stay seated until the graduates have left the stadium. Once the graduates have departed, please maintain a minimum of 6 feet distance from other guests as you are exiting. Congregation of groups after the ceremony is not allowed. Please meet your graduate at your parked car and continue your celebration, including taking photographs, at home. Thank you for your cooperation. Cypress-Fairbanks ISD wishes you a safe and enjoyable summer.
You may be seated. Welcome, family and friends, to the commencement exercise for Bridgeland High School's class of 2020. I am Mike Smith, and I am the proud principal of Bridgeland High School. As you may have seen, many of our graduates today are wearing signs of honor. The summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude graduates are wearing gold honor cords. In addition, many of our other organizations recognize their members' outstanding academic achievement with honor cords, drapes, and sashes. You see many of our graduates displaying these today. In a moment, Ariana Moshiri, daughter of Dr. Ali Moshiri and Miss Penny Azadi, will be offering some opening remarks. Immediately after Ariana provides the opening remarks, Elena Torres, daughter of Gabriel and Jennifer Torres, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and Rihanna Joseph, daughter of Ronnie and Letitia Joseph, will sing the national anthem. Ariana?
Welcome, Bridgeland High School's first ever graduating class. Here we are. Despite all odds and all the challenges, here we are. My name is Ariana Moshiri, and I'm here to honor and highlight not just the past 4 years of our lives, but everything that has led up to this moment. This is a commemoration of the experiences that made us who we are, and a celebration of the endless opportunities our futures can lead us to. Because in each of our unique but intertwined stories, we are the main characters and we are the narrators. And spoiler alert, there's a really nice happily ever after waiting for each and every one of us. I want you to look around at the sea of cap and gowns, at your peers who have shared this adventure with you, at all the people who have joined and left your life at different points as you've changed and grown, from a bright-eyed kid to an angsty, awkward middle schooler to an overly hype and naive freshman, to who's sitting right in front of me right now. I'm sure most of us are not who we were or surrounded by the same people as when the entire school walked through those crowded double doors for the first time. And honestly, it's probably for the best. Because throughout our time here, we've learned so much beyond just facts and skills. We've discovered qualities about ourselves and our compatibilities, our strengths, our weaknesses, about what we like and how we learn and think and feel and deal with everything that life throws at us. So celebrate the people that have impacted you and made you smile through the years, and look back at all those versions of yourself and be proud of who you've become. Even as a class of sophomores, we have always been some of the most remarkable and memorable people I know. People who managed to build a unique identity and unprecedented school spirit from the ground up while creating priceless memories throughout. We've heard Mr. Headley's howdies before class and enjoyed his cold mint candies before tests. We've let ourselves get distracted by Miss Newland's classroom pets, and we've heard Miss Monroe's Yoda reassure us before tests. We've even been slightly intimidated by Mr. Satterfield's sarcasm. At least I have. I love remembering all our screaming at games, the buzzer beaters, the face paint, our claw crew chants, and crazy crowds. I remember our forthcomings, our dress-up days, pep rallies, that viral lip-sync video we made, and that miracle of a snow day we had. Remember the little things, like eating lunch with your friends and leaving school altogether blasting music in your car. Remember even the stressful moments, the exams and homework and challenges, because every ounce of effort has paid off. Mr. Grigsby, I can assure you, we didn't waste our time or our parents' money like you told us every day. We have survived absolutely all the lowest lows, and today we'll make sure to celebrate the highest of highs and show gratitude that things are finally looking up. It's crazy to think that today almost didn't happen. COVID-19 has affected our world tremendously, but we are lucky that it hasn't taken this moment from us. We have come out of all these crazy experiences with a more special and meaningful story, each more mature, more capable, and more resilient than ever. Now we're about to embark on the best, most exciting time of our lives, a chapter of even more growth and valuable memories. Class of 2020, I can't wait to see where we end up in another 12 years as we close with the happy ending of this book and begin writing the sequel. Thank you. Please join me in welcoming Eliana Torres for the pledge.
Gentlemen, please remove your caps. Everybody, please rise and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance and the National Anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated. Please welcome me in introducing Rihanna Joseph, who will be singing our national anthem.
Could I ask that everybody stand up, please? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched was so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you all. That was beautiful. Please be seated. I would like to now take this opportunity to introduce some of the guests honored that we have on stage tonight. First, the Superintendent of Cypress-Fairbanks Independent School District, Dr. Mark Henry. In addition, I would like to recognize the VIPs of all school volunteers or school board. President, Mr. Bob Covey. Vice President, Mr. Don Ryan. Secretary, Ms. Debbie Blackshear. And our trustees, Ms. Julie Heineman, Mr. Tom Jackson, Dr. John Ogletree, and Mr. Gilbert Sarabia. I would like to give a special thanks to all the Bridgeland High School staff that have joined us today. Staff, please stand so we can recognize and appreciate you. Representing Bridgeland High School staff this evening will be 5 teachers who were chosen by the senior class to read the graduates' names. What an honor this is for these teachers. They are Miss Megan Puckett, Mr. Juan Gravera, Mr. Husto Headley, Miss Jennifer Monroe, and Mr. Kevin Satterfield. I am very proud of our 558 graduates, and I know you are as well. I recognize that as parents and guardians, you have invested much of your time, talent, resources, and love while guiding your child to the special milestone. Be assured, you've done a great job. I would like to recognize 2 of our graduates today for their outstanding academic performance. These 2 individuals hold the distinction of salutatorian and valedictorian. Please stand as I call your name. Our first Bridgeland High School salutatorian is Tahid Ahmed. Tahid will be attending either Texas A&M University or the University of Houston. And for the 2020 first Bridgeland High School valedictorian is Anjali Narayanavin. Anjali will be attending the University of Texas in Austin. Will the parents of both Anjali and Tahid please stand and be recognized? Thank you. You may be seated. What an honor it is to be ranked number 1 and 2 out of the 558 outstanding Bridgeland High School graduates. Congratulations to both of you. At this time, I would also like the graduates who will be serving in the military to please stand and be recognized for your supreme responsibility you have accepted. Thank you all for your service. You may be seated, and thank you again. As a campus, we are very proud of what the class of 2020 has accomplished. As you may recall, Bridgeland High School opened its doors in the fall of 2017. At that time, the students from the class of 2020 were given a choice to either come to Bridgeland or remain at their home campus. Approximately 525 brave sophomores entered the doors of Bridgeland High School to begin the process of creating a new school. Leaving the known and venturing into the unknown, blazing the way for all the future Bridgeland High School Bears to follow. They became the upperclassmen for the next 3 years, providing leadership, stability, and creating what is known as Bear Pride for the world to see. This group of trailblazers created our Bear mascot. They started our forthcoming dance, parade, and homecoming traditions. And they also worked tirelessly, worked dozens of service projects for our community, as well as communities around the world, as they produced our first lip-dub video. All while they were setting the traditions of success in the classroom, on the athletic field, in the concert hall, and on the performance stage. Their leadership has served this community well. All of our graduates have completed an intense college-bound curriculum. Many have already received college credits through dual credit courses and rigorous advanced placement tests. In addition, many of our students have completed a vocational program maintaining the high academic standards that Bridgeland High School has set. 46% of Bridgeland High School graduates have earned a cumulative grade point average of 6.0 or higher, giving them the distinction of honor graduate. The Bridgeland High School class of 2020 has earned over $4,468,000 in scholarships. Seniors, we are extremely proud of you, and you need to be proud of yourself. You have made Bridgeland High School one of the top high schools in the state of Texas. So hold your head high and always be proud to say you've graduated from Bridgeland High School. I got carried away. Sorry about that. And I apologize. Mackenzie Gardner, son of Paul and Sherry Gardner, will give the commencement address to the class of 2020.
It is truly a privilege to be here today. Class of 2020, it's our graduation day. 13 years of hard work, trials, and too many tests, but our future is bright, so there's no time to rest. But looking back on life, it's okay to reminisce. There are so many memories that we will miss. Elementary school was truly such a simple time. Silly bands, cool math for kids, and playing with slime. Smelly markers, recess, field day and PE, and playing tag on scooters still can't be beat. Black Eyed Peas, Disney Channel, Kids Bop, and more. The late 2000s was an iconic time we all adored. Then on to middle school, no more walking in lines, and when we thought the world was ending when 2012 arrived. We would hit the quan, dab, and whip and nay-nay, and YOLO and yeet were the cool words we would say. We overplayed every song that One Direction sold, and was the dress blue and black or white and gold? We questioned if water was wet, and we still don't know, but we grew up and matured and learned to go with the flow. We started to discover our gifts, talents, and passions, whether it's theater or athletics or making A's in your classes. We all have a purpose and a place in this life, and it takes some practice to get it just right. With middle school in our rearview mirror, there was only one chapter left. 4 more years of school was a fate we had to accept. Freshman year, many of us repped the gold and blue, but thankfully we were given the opportunity to start something new. The Broncos, the Gators, the Pirates, the Bears, all we knew was orange and blue were the new colors we would wear. Class of 2020, do you remember that day, being the first kids to walk through the Bridgeland hallways? The smell of something new, fun and exciting, the faculty is energetic as a bolt of lightning. The last 3 years were some of the best of our lives, but look around, you made it because you're sitting here tonight. It's been a ride that's flown by so fast, it's like we blinked our eyes and 3 whole years had passed. As we all remember, sophomore year started with a bang, when the sky just kept pouring down lots of rain. Hurricane Harvey brought destruction, heartache, and pain, but we rallied together to make it through the day. We all assumed it would be a really tough year, but little did we know it would only go up from there. We had the forthcoming dance, putting Hoko to shame, and we beat Ranch in almost every sports game. The Astros won the World Series, putting on quite the show, and in early December, Cypress got a blizzard of snow. TikTok became popular right before our eyes, and we watched the solar eclipse up in the sky. We started to build a culture of pride in our school. Being the first class at Bridgeland is pretty dang cool. Then came junior year, a year that humbled us all. Going from JV to varsity is a challenge when your school is pretty small, but we persevered and fought and tried our best to win the day. Being the underdogs was hard, but we turned out okay. Softball, girls soccer, and baseball made a playoff debut, showing the world Bridgeland had something to prove. ID badges and clear backpacks became our new best friends. You'd think it was a simple task, but we annoyed the APs to no end. But we realized the staff here is unlike anywhere else. The teachers cared about grades, but also our mental health. Going to class knowing your teachers are there for you took the weight off our shoulders and helped us improve. Teachers at this school are patient, kind, and generous, so a million thank yous to the ones who put up with us. Then came senior year, my most favorite of all, a year that is truly bittersweet to recall. Getting to paint our parking spots was so stinking cool, leaving a glimpse of who we are on the property at school. And one day that paint will fade or be replaced with something new, but the legacy we leave behind can't be messed up or misconstrued. August 26th, the first of many lasts, I held on tight because I knew time would fly by fast. One last year with our families, teachers, and peers, soaking in the next few months because the future is near. Football finally beat Ranch, which was iconic to say the least. And volleyball went undefeated in district. Those girls are kind of beasts. It started getting real when we ordered our cap and gown for graduation, and we started applying to colleges all over the nation. We endured economics and created items at Eco Fair. In government, we learned about politics, which was exciting in an election year. We all turned 18, making us actual legal adults. Now we can exercise our civic duty and go out and vote. Then as we left for spring break, little did we know that we wouldn't go back to school for a couple weeks or so. Weeks turned to months until they finally made the call. School will not resume until the upcoming fall. For seniors, that meant a reality we didn't want to bear. We'd never feel crowded again on the main hallway stairs. Some of us would never wear our jerseys one last time or get the chance to say our proper goodbyes. No more laughs with our friends or lectures from our teachers. No more taking school pictures on those crowded bleachers. We'd never get that one last dance or show, no soaking in the last. The life of being a high schooler was now in the past. And as I sat back and watched our nation shut down, it made me fear that I'd never get to wear my cap and gown. But in a time of such uncertainty, it was so beautiful to see neighbors, teachers, friends, and loved ones spreading positivity. It was easy to see the pain that this disease caused, but seniors didn't give up. We knew this was just a temporary pause. And as I stand here tonight, it is more evident than ever that the class of 2020 has come out stronger together. Most of us came into the world at 9/11, which was a time of war. Now we're graduating during a global pandemic. Is there anything more? The seniors in this room are equipped with perseverance and pride, and we now know that life is a beautiful yet bumpy ride. Now this next phase of life is huge for us all as we step into the real world this upcoming fall. And as we pack up and leave, let us never forget that our time to shine isn't finished quite yet. Sitting before me are future doctors, lawyers, first responders, and teachers, engineers, CEOs, and fearless leaders, biologists, chemists, and maybe an Olympic athlete, or even a future president. Wouldn't that be sweet? My fellow graduates, we have come so far, but now is not the time to lower the bar. And as we say goodbye, may we always recall that Bridgeland High School is forever home to us all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mackenzie. What wonderful words. Now we will have the presentations of the candidates. Will the candidates for graduation please rise? Stand. Dr. Henry, will you come join me at the podium? Dr. Henry, as principal of Bridgeland High School, it is my pleasure to present to you the senior class of 2020 and certify that they have fulfilled the necessary requirements for graduation from this institution and the state of Texas. It is my request that these students be graduated and that you, in your capacity as superintendent of schools, confer upon them a high school diploma with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. By the authority vested in me by the Texas Education Agency and the Cypress-Fairbanks Independent School District's Board of Education, I do hereby confer upon the senior class of 2020 the diplomas of Bridgeland High School with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereunto. And just to add a little bit tonight, like I've added to the other 11 graduations, I can't tell you how proud I am of all of you here. And I think about Bridgeland and Cy Park, how all of you had the courage to enter a new school. And I think about the traditions that you have set that will live on for the lifetime of Bridgeland High School, and that takes a lot of leadership and a lot of courage. And just as Mackenzie said, you started off your career at Bridgeland High School with a historic flood, and now we've had a historic pandemic. And then we see all the social unrest over the past 2 weeks. So the leadership skills and the perseverance that you've learned over the past 3 years is going to make this class help solve a lot of the problems that we have in this country. So I'm proud of you. Best of luck, and may God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Henry. Graduates, you may now change the tassel from the right side of your cap into the left side. Everyone except the first row may be seated. First row, if you will start to line up. Ms. Puckett, will you come to the podium?
Nana Intiwa Ababio. Ryan Mustafa Abukinyan. Paige Shannon Adams. Tahid Ali Ahmed. Olivia Alexis Aliyah Avant. Ahmad Hisham Awoudi. Matthew Cade Berry. Kala Judith Benson. Alexander Coleman Butler. Weston James Cadena. Elizabeth Marie Castle. Arnav Shankor. Anthony Joseph Chen. Ashley Ling Choi. Kyle Jacob Compton. Aiden Kathleen Connor. Christopher Soret Dong. Caitlin Renee England. Antonia Catherine Tong Estepa. Joshua Fang. Joshua Fang. Jason Douglas Frost. Brianna May Gamble. Madeline River Geiner. Callie Elizabeth Guest. Joshua Bailey Guest. Pearson Michael Harper. Ashley Reese Harris. Jalen Rose Haynes. Caleb Thomas Heinrich. Abigail Quinn Hofer. Colin Preston Hoffman. Cadence Nicole Holmes. Lane Elise Havorka. John William Hughes. Casey Matthew Jones. Raj Kata. Caitlin Michelle Kessler. Jarrett Michael Kinsey. Brooke Linnea Krolchek. Mia Hanakayo Lawton. Jennifer Leo Liu. Laura Elizabeth Malone. Warren Vincent Manis. Sabrina May. Sydney Marie Myers. Weston Stephen Myers. Maria Valentina Mora Rivas. Ariana Moshiri. Mark Joseph Mulhare. Anjali Narayanan. Zachary James Nelson. Christine Tauvi Wynn. Erica Noda. Colton Dawn Nunez. Bailey Elizabeth Osina. Ryan Alexander Palau. Rahul Siddharth Pala. Benjamin John Payne. Natalie Danae Perez Mehul. Grace Marion Rauk. Siddharth Dan Rayapur. Brenna Claire Richmond. Alexis Lorraine Ruth. Colby Brian Saki. Leslie Shilpi. Connor Wade Smith. Tamilayo Oluyemi Shodende. Haley Anna Clarice Spencer. Kaylin Emily Steele. Ashley Evelyn Stoutner. Zachary Tanner Tesserick. Alexandra Nicole Thompson. Alexa Sophia Toribio. Samuel Luis Torres. Jesse Trong. Zachary John Ulande. Paola Yusin. Reagan Alexandra Persh Vandenelson. Andrew Marshall Vanderlaan. Solomon Ivan Wukungu. Christina Marie Walker. Alexandra Lee Walls. Jonathan Andrew Ware. Dragan Alexander Watson. Iman Wazir. Nathan Gregory Weeks. Austin Andrew Wisniewski. Haley Nicole Williams. Morgan Yubun Willis. Naik George Wright. Kevin Chu. And now for the magna cum laude graduates. Amama Nazir Ahmed. Ushna Ahmed. Chase Margaret Allison. Ava Claire Amadillo. Mariana Flores. Nathan Bradley Bruce. Christopher Robert Bush. Nicholas Edward Castle. Ashley Naukane Chanthachon. Aaliyah Simone Cunningham. Zane Samuel Davis. Chanel Janine Valley Dady. Catherine Elaine Delancey. Christian Charles Isaiah Earl. Donald Cole Feld. Thomas Michael Fenn. Edgar Fernandez. Leah Elizabeth Galland. Cody Brian Gambrell. Mackenzie Grace Garner.
Brianna Ashley Gonzalez. Joshua Lewis Graves. Santiago Guerrero Rajaneri. Dina Ann Hausman. Aaron James Hawkins. Harley Joanne Heckler. Hannah Hinojosa Hurtado, Brandon James Hoff Jr., Evelyn Briseida Huerta Muñoz, Donovan Jacob Jandis, Madison Paige Canelos, Brayton Kyle Kenneker, Colt Ryan Kilo, Brandon Samuel Kim, Maxwell Thomas Kester, Reina Adair Lang, David Alexis Leon, Lauren Faith Leonard, Olivia Rose Letney, Abigail Louise Liller, Amanda Grace Luca, Cameron Joshua Lucas, Nolan William Marler, Megan Ashley McCullum, Alyssa Isabel McGill, Tristan Blaine McKay, Camden Allen McKenzie, Sarah Leanne Myers, Marley Elizabeth Moran, Palin Jared Moy, Faith Angel Newman, Brian Delane Nicholson II, Danielle Nicole Owen, Kieran Deep Kaur Paul, Chloe Gwynn Pham, Crystal Dwee Dan Fee, Jordan Alana Pilling, AC Markle Prince, Francesca Nicole Ramirez, Anna Margaret Rivera, Diana Victoria Rodriguez, Sean Robin Saad, Samuel Robert Sanders, Caroline Catherine Scott, Shiv Nethram Sinarine, Ethan Lane Sipes, Ryan David Stevenson, Stephanie Kira Sudrath, Riley Nicole Trent, Alexander Eric Tucker, Benjamin David Ulinick, Caitlin Grace Warren, Christopher Cade Wattinger, Zachary Ray Weaver, Emily Taylor Wilson, Garrick Gerald Aaron, Afan Abid, Raven Nicole Almendares, Gian Luca Baba, Zachary Michael Bacon, Juriel Bautista, Meredith Grace Beck, Taylor Nicole Benedict, Noah Grady Bonaventura, Lucas Andres Barrero, Dylan Thomas Brown, Domalise Bowie, Haley Ann Burns, Elisa Valentina Carvajal, Eric Joseph Kastner, Abigail Marie Kate, Madeline Claire Couture, Ian Alexander Clark, Parker Travis Combs, Yasmin Liliana Coronado, Truman Bradley Culp, Meredith Lynn Curtis, Corey Parker Daves, Eden Gabriela Davila. Milka Berenice de Leon Zapata. Marina Victoria Deese. Hayden Andrew Duncan. Benjamin Cruz Duran. Rebecca Ray Dutcher. Hunter Tyler Erickson. Holly Renee Evans. Adam Reed Folletta. Mia Noel Folger. Hans Gabriel. Januka Bandara Galagoda. Maximus Alexander Garza. Sarah Nicole Garst. Sebastian Michael Giliberto. Brendan Drew Gillikin. Taylor Madison Graham. Taylor Nathan Griffin. Dominique Aces Fabre. Landon Chase Herman. Cassidy Janelle Howard. Emily Mai Howard. Devani Lisette Huerta Munoz. Bryce Everett Hughes. Iman Trujillo Jaffrey. Emily Renee Hara. Thomas Samuel Kirkpatrick. Stephanie Thee Lee. Daniela Elizabeth Leon. Matthew Lewis. Marissa Grace Loera. Sophia Lozano. Shaylin Casey Marlborough.
Alyssa Jade Martinez. Bryn Elizabeth Martinson. Haley Lynn McNabb. Sophie Marie Monticelli. Brianna Alexa Maciel Montero. Cameron Nicole Moore. Madeline Elizabeth Motsney. Victor Manuel Murillo III. Sienna Grace Newsom. Johnston Hu Nguyen. Michaela Marie Nitch. Jada Kaylin Oltrogi. Darren Isaiah Patina. Cameron Renee Polmeyer. Francisco Santiago Rios. Yanavet Marie Rios. Noah Martin Rivas. Keldon Lane Robison. Damian Roy Ruiz. Claire Marie Schaefer. Victoria Catherine Shirk. Vijay Singh Sahota. Hannah Nicole Smith. Carson Craig Stout. Mackenzie Ray Stewart. Eli Grant Thomas. Sierra Danette Thompson. Eliana Victoria Torres. Ibrahim Udine. Alexis Michaela Vaughn. Tyler Elizabeth Fest. Stephanie Ann Wadowitz. Kaylee Savannah Warden. Peyton Elaine Darlene West. Amber Janae Williams. Cade Michael Young. That concludes our cum laude graduates. Good. Medea Canari. Caitlin Samantha Abersey. Kaylee Alexis Alas. Edward Kufri Abasi Andam Osu. Matthew Eli Andrews. Paula Melissa Aros. Daniel Joseph Armstrong. Kristen Nicole Areola. Madison Mackenzie Ashmore. Hayden Michael Ayers. Trice Joseph Babb. Daniel Thomas Baldit. Cameron James Ball. Kiavion Jaquan Barnes. Danielle Nicole Barnett. Madison Lee Beckemeyer. Jackson Lang Biedenbaugh. Paul Edward Beery. Jose Maria Berrios. Haura Binderwala. Carter James Biglin. Dompreet Singh Beering. Bryce Randall Bolin. Grace Ann Boudreau. Kaylee Rose Boudreau. Brody Grant Box. Daniel Edward Brady. Jennifer Lauren Bray. Brady Kaler Iue Brechter. Andrew Eric Brennick. Emily Catherine Bright. Ethan Troy Brockman. Francesca Monet Brooks. Austin Keith Brown. Madison Simone Anita Brown. Michaela Anna Brown. Dustin Anthony Burns. Itzel Caballero. Grace Elizabeth Callan. Stefano Canedo. Liam Troy Caraway. Stefania Casajas. Stephanie Castillo. Lillian Claire Charles. Brian Coleman Cisneros. Cameron Jonathan Clardy. Madison Lee Clark. Megan Ashley Clark. Trey Juan Clements. Howdy. Michaela Catherine Colby. Sean Patrick Cook. Giovanni Hernan Cordova. Ania Elizabeth Cousin. Jaden Matthew Crane. Connor Dean Crofton. Ira Dale Cunningham Jr. David Da Silva. Kenyon Coy Dangerfield Capwell. Amaya Brianna Davis. Jillian Marie Davis. Megan Rose Davis. Cameron Deshad Deeds. Ariana Nichelle De Jesus. Luke Allen DeMar. Ethan John Dennis. Brandon Tyler Derby Kep. Aiden Watt Dominguez. Jamie Trista Simone Drake.
Autumn Brooke Driscoll. Dragan Devin Dukes. Kaylee Morgan Duncan. Travis Emery Dupuis. Aaron James Egdorf. Jasmine Leticia Escalante. Kevin Alexander Escalante. Heidi Ann Estrella Calderon. Brandon Scott Favor. Braden Christopher Felkman. Darius Michael Fernandez, Isaac Abraham Ferrafino, Kyle Maxwell Kenneth Flint, Luis Alberto Flores Bustamante, Luis Eduardo Flores Bustamante, Madeline Rose Fody. Joseph Ray Franklin Jr., Lashana Ajane Franklin, Lindsay Nicole Freyhoff, Dustin Lane Fulmer, Andrew Cole Geyser, Matthew Aiden Galvan, Edgar Manuel Garcia, Kaylin Lene Garcia, Matthew Efren Garza, Jacob Tyler Gates, Jordan Renee Gibson, Robert Charles Gillis Jr., David Aubrey Goldbold, Janetta Gonzalez, Zoe Renee Gonzalez, Ezekiel Alfredo Gonzalez, Brandon Arvindra Guni, Hannah Christine Gray, Hannah Rose Grominger, Richard Paul Grog Jr., Jaime Orlando Guajardo, Natalie Yvonne Guajardo, Mark Anthony Guerra, Zachary Tyler Geen, William Braden Gunn, Avery James Gunter, Brianna Isabel Gutierrez, Izzy Guzman, Alexis Paige Gwim, Haley Madison Hadley, Annabelle Lynn Hagler, George Ibrahim Hajar, Nicholas Lau Hall, Addison Taylor Honoran, Maxwell Craig Harbor, Terry Jamal Harrell, Trelise Latrell Harris, Michaela Grace Harvey, Connor Michael Hedrick, Faith Michelle Herbert, Diego Herrera Villafon, Savannah Marie Hicks, Jessica Lauren Hidalgo, Hunter Alejandro Hillman, Dylan Ryan Hips, Patrick Ryan Hogum, Samuel Thomas Holub, Connor William Horgan, Grace Adora Agrande, Samuel Michael Iverson, Cody Ray Jackson, Frances Claire Jackson, Zachary Jude Jeffrey, Jalen Anthony Miles Jennings, Jackson Lamar Jordan, Brianna Aaliyah Joseph, Griffin John Kay, Phoebe Laverlyn Keel, Emily Grace Kent, Jeffrey James Kirkpatrick, Diana Elizabeth Kravchenko, Tyler Daniel Larson, Hanson Jansu Lee, Josephine Rose Lewis, Cade Spencer Lippincott, Jason Andrew Lippman, Nicholas McRyan Looney, John Brandon Longoria, Ryan Wayne Lukaszewski. Jaden Daniel Lute.
Okay, pause.
Okay. Trong Lam Tui Lee. Faith Morney Mackley. John Ashley Apinem Magno. Subhibjut Singh Mal. Albert Alexander Maldonado. Vladsalva Mansanin. Cecilia Mancebo Rodriguez. Mason Xavier Manzanares. Alexis Ray Marburger. Riley Amber Marler.
Okay, and pause. Okay, Blake, has she said your name? Then just pause, just 1 second. I promise she'll say your name. I know you're excited. Wait, where are you going? Don't be nervous. Okay, go ahead.
Blake Nicholas Marshall. Jonathan Edward Marshall. William Cole Martin. West Braden Masson. Jeremy Teran Maxon. Matthew Thomas Lee McGoldrick. Patrick Anthony Dean McGoldrick. Taylor Mackenzie McGirt. Chloe Morgan McHenry. Lauren Faith McKeon. Alyssa Simone McMorris. Darcy Helen McPhail. Jasbeth Naomi Meza. Kayla Paige Miller. Denersha Nicole Mitchell. Connor Ray Mc. Maya Grace Moore. John Michael Moore. Jacob Patrick Morales. Alexis Malia Masquerero. Devon Christian Moses. Elysium Sky Myers.
Kamadia Spence Myers. Michaela Josane Wynn. Noah Ty Wynn. Kristen Tan Wynn Pham. Sean Thomas O'Keefe. Guillermo Oveda. Andrew Obregoso Torres. Jacob Paul Ortiz. Joseph Joshua Ortiz. Moses Mabun Otino. Chase Ryan Otwell. Kaveen Kaushik Oza. Catherine Elaine Palmer. Brandon Stephen Parada. Catherine Brianne Elizabeth Park. Dylan Tyrese Patillo. Adrian Xavier Patlin. Isaac Michael Patterson. Kyle Richard Petrie. Taylor Keith Phillips. Maxwell Lawson Pinder. Nadira Cachet Porter. Matthew Dean Presley. Ethan Samuel Provenzano. Emily Drew Pruneda. Brittany Keelan Puckett. Annie Gabriela Quinanez Garaldo. Abigail Claire Rader. Jacob Thomas Raffield. Delianne Renee Regas. Nicholas Nandlel Rambaran. Grant Allen Ratcliffe. Ethan James Reeder. Nabil Khalil Raymond. Ariana Janae Reed. Ian Jacob Reed. Joshua James Reed. Justin Michael Reed. Bethany Michelle Rivera. Cameron Starr Roberts. Jaden Taylor Robinson. Isaac Joseph Rodella. Bobby Thomas Rodney III. Michael Christopher Rovello. Chase Harlan Rucker. Jada Micaiah Russell. Javier Alejandro Salve. Kaylin Jacob Sample. Nathaniel Sanchez. Diane Marie Santiago. Preston Tyler Shields. Ian Thomas Shackelford. Brock Michael Schaffner. Clayton Robert Short. Salia Emily Sierra. Andrew Albert Sinclair. Stephen Ray Sleezer II. Tyler Jack Donald Slusher. Jonathan Michael Smead. Brianna Nicole Smith. Sanaya Monet Sorrell. Jacob Anthony Soto. Evelyn Nicole Spicer. George Leif Stevenson. Aaron Ashmere Sterling. Colin James Stewart. Rashawn Kobe Strahan. Blake Addison Stremmel. Anna Marie Cesny. Jordan Michael Taggart. Filippo Alexander Maria Tagliavia. Peyton Rose Tarr. Haley Yvonne Taylor. Colby Ashton Tulexing. Gustavo Adrian Tejada. Zaina Majida Tello. Joshua Allen Thomas. Tyrell Jerome Thompson. Jaden Thurman. Tyler Kwantu. Jenna Alexis Tazinski Price. Maxwell Elijah Turner. Abel Alfredo Uribe. Madison Rain Vance. Christian Nathaniel Vanderbrook. Isidro Vega Beltran. Kyle Murphy Wafer. Sidania Angelina Wagner. Isabel Lauren Ward. Tyree Earl Ware. Cameron Murray Warren. Mark Avery Washington. Joseph Lane Watkins. Zoe Grace Weaver. Samuel James West. Adrian Nathaniel White. Dallas Andrew White. Tori Diane White. Ashley Paige Whiteside. Taylor Alexis Wiedemann. Emma Mackenzie Wiener-Bulanek. Brett Anthony Williams. Braylon Malik Wilmore. Ashanti Munier Woods. James Claude Woods III. Jacob Matthew Yates. Darren Kendall Young Jr. Jalen Eric Young. Miriam Nazi Yunus. Ricardo Jose Zeledon Hernandez. Jacob Ryan Zettelmayor.
May I be first to congratulate each and every one of you. This does conclude the presentation of diplomas. Closing remarks will be given by Truman Culp, son of Brad and Kelly Culp. Truman.
Before we complete the ceremony, as a reminder, due to health guidelines related to the COVID-19 pandemic, we ask
Good evening. I would like to take a final opportunity to thank the staff and administration on behalf of our graduating class for creating a safe educational environment. I would also like to thank the families who celebrated and supported us as we grew into young men and women. And lastly, I would like to thank my peers for creating the community of Bridgeland High School and some great memories these last 3 years. In 2017, Bridgeland opened its doors for students to come in and begin the rest of their lives. And as sophomores, we stormed into our Bridgeland experience, literally. Hurricane Harvey flooded homes and buildings, causing damage, pain, and fear in its wave of destruction. It also delayed the opening of Bridgeland. Even before our launch as a new high school, we weathered our first storm. Separate, but together. The rest of our sophomore year was fairly smooth sailing. We were shipshape heading into junior year. And as you may remember, junior year was the year we came together and made the lip dub. Now, Take On BHS not only brought our school closer together, it provided a personality for our school. But now, we've sailed into our senior year. Oh, nice. A little excited, but also terrified for the future. Of course, we had no idea how scary that would be. The coronavirus pandemic kept us locked in our homes and away from our friends, stole our final semester of high school, and almost took away our graduation. But at this moment, all we have to feel for the future is the excitement. We're stepping into a whole new world, and I know we're ready. Now, some of you guys may be surprised to learn that I watched the original The Lion King for the first time in January. It was really good. You may be confused about where I'm going with this, but The Lion King provides a lesson I believe we all need to learn. And no, I'm not going to start singing Hakuna Matata. This lesson actually comes from Rafiki. He's the monkey. He says, quote, "The past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it." In other words, learn from the past, but don't dwell on it. While we take these next steps into our futures, we only need to take the lessons we've learned with us, not the grudges, not the pains, not the fears. You see, at some point, we all have to pack our bags and move on, and our bags can only fit so much. So why not fill them with lessons learned and good memories we can use for what lies ahead? Let's drop any painful baggage we may be trying to carry, because as soon as we leave this field, we're stepping into the next chapter of our lives. Learn from the past, but don't dwell on it. Now, in this next chapter, things might not always go as planned, but I can say with full confidence that this class is resilient. We pushed through hurricanes and pandemics, and today we crossed this stage and we can say, I made it. And we're the first from Bridgeland, so say it confidently. We've shown future classes how it's done. And now, I'd like to apologize to the sign language interpreter for going off script, but this is important. See, I've talked about hurricanes and pandemics, but some tragedies are man-made. Listen to me, class of 2020, justice and equality and peace and a better world don't just happen. It's a job, and it's not a job for some of us. It is a job for all of us. Don't watch things happen. Make things happen for the better. Today, that becomes our job. In the words of Rafiki, the past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it. Thank you.
Thank you for those wise words, Truman. Now, guests and students, we're going to watch a safety video. After the video, we're going to stand for our alma mater. And then after we stand for the alma mater, students, you'll recession out the same way you came in. And guests, I ask you to wait until the Berry Center staff dismisses you. Okay, the video?
May I have your attention, please? Before we complete the ceremony, as a reminder, due to health guidelines related to the COVID-19 pandemic, we ask that all spectators remain seated until the graduates have left the stadium area. Once they have departed, please maintain a minimum of 6 feet distance from others as you are exiting. Congregation of groups is not allowed with this year's event. Please meet your graduate at your car and continue your celebration and picture taking at home. Thank you for your cooperation. Cypress-Fairbanks ISD wishes you a safe and enjoyable summer.